Boom. Hey, you guys. How the heck is it going? David Hayes with Hayes Moto. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic today. Just want to start things off by saying a huge thank you to all the new subscribers, all the people that have blown up my last little short there, the Winterize Your Bike with Hayes Moto short. Having just a little bit of a laugh, having a good time. I think we got a few people triggered there, but once people realized that we were just playing around, having a joke, they relaxed pretty quickly and hit that thumbs up. Of course, I am going to throw a little linky poo up in the top corner there. If you guys have not checked that video out already, I would encourage you to go check it out, go give it a like, and if you guys are new here, a subscription would be hugely appreciated, because we are trying to have a dream of one day having this channel partnered and really taking this YouTube thing full time here. So if you guys would love to support the channel, I'd love to have you here. Now we're changing things up a little bit today. I've actually tried to film this video about 3 or 4 times. I have about 2 different videos that I've taken to the editor, and I just really haven't been happy with how the video has turned out. And unfortunately, we have had some rainy weather here, so I figured why the heck not pull up some old footage here that hasn't been used on the channel before, and do a little bit of a narration style over top of it, so I can really actually get my thoughts down on this subject matter here, and really have my thoughts be concisive about my feelings and thoughts towards the state of social media, and also my reason why for making content creation and riding on my motorbike. But now that we have that all out of the way, let's actually get into the meat and potatoes of this conversation, starting with the state of social media. And I'm going to start by talking about a video that really brought this to my attention, and it was a Yami Noob video actually called "Are Beginner Riders Being Misled by Social Media?" And in that video, he talks about various forms of content creation when it comes to motorcycle content on social media. And he talks about not really being impressed with a lot of the content that he is seeing, from different sort of clout culture to AI generated slop to beginners making content geared towards beginners in the same sort of fashion in which Yami makes his content. And I felt just a little bit triggered by the way that he was speaking on beginner riders making content for beginners. I felt that it just kind of neglected the whole beginner experience and felt a little bit gatekeeperish to me, as though that there was no value to a beginner making content and speaking on what they're experiencing while riding. I'd have to disagree with Yami on that perspective, because I think the beauty of a platform like Facebook, like TikTok, like Instagram, sure, there's a lot of slop content that ends up getting uploaded onto these platforms, but I do believe that there's a lot of content that people can watch and learn from, and if they're willing to take things with a grain of salt and have an understanding of the person that they're riding, such as myself, is a newer or novice rider, that, you can watch them, you can learn from them, but they are a new rider, so they are not going to be the arbiter of knowledge that you're looking for, but they are going to be an example in which you can watch and see more of a true reflection of where you're going to be at the beginning stages of your motorcycle journey, comparatively to speaking to someone that has years of experience, which maybe doesn't really connect with the beginner rider. And sure, they're going to give the best knowledge possible, but it's still going to be disconnected from where that beginner mindset is at. They're not going to understand the technical things, or they're going to have different fears and different thoughts, and their mind's going to process things in a different way than someone who's more experienced and been riding for a decade plus. So I think there really is value in a beginner's perspective, speaking to other beginners at the early stages of their motorcycle journey. Excuse me. And that's not to say that I don't agree with Yami Noob on a lot of his perspectives. In fact, I'm a huge fan of Yami Noob. Yami Noob was not the first motorcycle content I ever watched, but he was probably one of the first people that I watched that really had a knowledge-based approach to his content. Him and Dan the Fireman and other various content creators that are more based in the sort of safety aspect of riding. These are great content creators, so there's no shade being thrown at Yami's direction, and I do agree with him. I just think that my perspective is maybe a little bit different from his as to why I wanted to share my thoughts on that video. And it's interesting because then I got led to another video by another content creator I absolutely love, Gixxer Brah, and he was actually doing a dual motovlog with Maxi, and the motovlog is called The Man Who Made Gixxer Brah. And in that video, he expresses how if it wasn't for Maxi coming along and really showing him the ropes of monetization in the YouTube game, that it would have took him a lot longer to ever get to a point to where he was able to do this full time and really put out the sort of content that he wanted to put out. And that's not to say he wouldn't have figured it out eventually on his own, but I think it just really highlights the fact that if we want this space to change, that we need to encourage and build up the creators in which we want to see the change happen. Both Yami and Gixxer Brah talk about life and content creation being a reflection of oneself. Sort of what you give is what you get. And I'm a big believer in that too. So if we want to get a better vibe with our content, if we want to have better quality content, then we need to really build up those content creators that provide that valuable content, like Maxi with Gixxer Brah. So I truly do believe that we can make better content. We can change the environment of content creation to be more akin to what we're looking for within our community and within the content that we consume. We can change that by building up the content creators that provide that value, and we can either make this into a beautiful, fun place where we can all hang out and have fun, or we can turn it into a slop fest of AI-generated garbage that no one likes. The power is within our hands, and it really is, who do we promote, who do we build up as a community, and what content do we find valuable to show support to. So that's a little bit of my feelings on the state of content creation. If we want it to be better, we have to do better, we have to promote better, and we have to build within our community. Now, going on to my reason why, which is a little bit more simple, and I want to talk about a content creator that I just recently found. His name is Dr. Michael's Motorcycles, and he talks about his reason why for riding, and I thought it was beautiful coming from a doctor or someone who sees the aftermaths of some of these brutal motorcycle crashes. And he sees firsthand the sort of danger that comes along with riding. But he talks about sort of the mental health elements of getting on your motorbike, how every time he gets on his bike, regardless of how he feels, he always feels better after the fact. He gets that throttle therapy. And that's exactly how I feel too. I'm passionate about riding. I was born into, a family that loves motorbikes. I'm a third generation rider. So I just have it in my blood. And then every time I get on my bike, I should say, and I go ripping down the road, I really do leave all my worries and all my troubles behind. And it is just so therapeutic. It's so enjoyable. I get into that Zen flow state, and I love being on my bike. And it's also very therapeutic for me to have the camera on and talk to you guys and get to share and get to create and get to express. It really is an extension of my life that it's just so natural. It's like when I get on my skis or my snowboard, or I get on my skateboard, or, I sit on my motorbike. The whole world just melts away. All my stresses melt away, and life goes quiet, and I find my peace. And I really love that, and I just can't get enough of it. And so, whatever it is, if for me it's motorbikes, for some people it's other things. If you can find that thing that brings you peace, that brings you love, that brings you joy and happiness, pursue it with your heart. Just go after it. It doesn't matter if you're good or if you're not. I'll never be a pro rider. You guys will never see me on the track against Valentino Rossi, but I absolutely love it, and there's no chance in hell that I'll never not ride. It's just who I am, and it's what I'm about, and I just absolutely love being on my bike. And because of that, I'll never stop. That's my reason why. That's my reason why for making content creation. That's my reason why for riding. I'm just a passionate person that loves this sport through and through. Is it dangerous for me to be motovlogging while I'm riding? Potentially. I've added a distractive factor to my ride that maybe I would be better without. But to be honest with you, man, I absolutely love riding, and I can't get enough of it. So I'm going to leave it here with you guys. Let me know why you guys ride. What do you think of the state of content creation? Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Hit that follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys again real soon. Peace out.